Welcome to our latest video, where we explore the age-old question, are giants real? Throughout history, stories of these towering creatures have captivated human imagination. But are they simply the stuff of legend? Or could they be something more? A new investigative film has surfaced that claims to have proof of the existence of these mythical creatures. And in this video, we dive deep into the evidence and hear from soldiers who claim to have encountered a giant in the most unlikely of places, Afghanistan. For centuries, people have reported sightings of giants, but the scientific community has long dismissed these claims as mere folklore. But with the emergence of this new film, the question of whether or not the giants are real have been reignited. The film features testimony from soldiers who were deployed to Afghanistan and who claim to have encountered a giant while on duty. They describe a creature that is not only of extraordinary size, but also one that possesses incredible strength and agility. This is a story that you won't believe until you see it for yourself. As we take you on a journey through the evidence, we will also hear from experts who will provide their insight into the possibility of a giant's existence. And don't miss the shocking and unbelievable revelation about the giant of Kandahar, a creature, if real, will rewrite our understanding of history and the natural world. So join us as we explore the question of whether giants are real and what their existence would mean for humanity. A bizarre story has emerged from the ongoing war in Afghanistan, with multiple sources claiming that United States Special Forces killed the giant during combat. Eyewitnesses have reported that not only did the battle result in the death of an American soldier, but that the government also transported the giant's corpse back to the United States. This claim has sparked a lot of debate and raised many questions about the possibility of the existence of giants and whether or not it's true. The idea of giants being real is not a new one. Throughout history, there have been many stories and legends about these towering creatures. But for the scientific community, the idea of giants have always been dismissed as folklore. However, with the emergence of this new story, the question of whether or not the giants are real have been reignited. In this installment of the investigative series, The Watchers, reporter and researcher La Marzulli delves into the incredible claim and examines the existence of the legendary Nephilim, creatures said to be the offspring of angels and human women, mentioned in the Bible's Genesis and Numbers chapters. He examines the testimony of soldiers who were deployed to Afghanistan and who claim to have encountered a giant while on duty. They describe a creature that is not only of extraordinary size, but also one that possesses incredible strength and agility. As La Marzulli delves deeper into this story, it becomes clear that there is something worth investigating here. This is a story that has been kept under wraps for so long. But it's time for the truth to be revealed. The idea of giants being real may be one of the most important questions we can ask. It's important to keep an open mind and explore all possibilities. When people in the past saw them, they felt insignificant and small in comparison, and this feeling was mutual. This peculiar passage, which is supported by evidence according to Marzulli, suggests that these giants did not only exhibit in biblical times, but also in the present day. In one of the interviews featured in the program, a Special Forces team operating in Afghanistan in 2002 recounts their encounter with one of these creatures during a patrol in a remote area of the country. The soldier explains to Marzulli that while this unit was navigating a narrow path near a cave, they noticed an unusual arrangement of rocks, bones, and disturbingly, a broken piece of American military communication equipment. As they were trying to make sense of the scene, they were startled by the sudden appearance of a man who was at least 12 to 15 feet in height. The creature had long red hair, and it impaled one of the operators, identified as Dan, with a spear-like weapon. The rest of the team quickly opened fire, shooting the creature repeatedly in the face until it was killed. The entire encounter lasted only 30 seconds. After the battle, the military sent a helicopter to remove the creature's body, but it was too large to move. The soldier reported that it had a terrible odor like a skunk, and that a message was sent out indicating that they had encountered a very large, possibly human creature. However, The soldiers were later ordered to alter their after-action reports. The soldier explained that the giant was armed with a weapon similar to the Nephilim lance, which Marzulli has identified at another location and connected to other evidence of the creature's existence. This unusual story has been supported by other sources. George Noory, host of the popular radio program Coast to Coast AM, is featured in the film, discussing his interview with a C-130 pilot who claimed to have transported the giant's corpse to a base in Ohio. The pilot stated that the creature was approximately 12 feet tall and weighed approximately 1,100 pounds, and that it reminded him of the Nephilim from the Bible. Marzulli strongly criticizes what it perceives as a government attempt to conceal the story and silence those involved. He argues that people have the right to know about this and it is not classified military information, and that if giants of that size exist and have been killed by the military, citizens have the right to know about it. Another operator who spoke with Marzulli also believes that those in power have a vested interest in keeping the story hidden. This soldier testified that while he was stationed in Afghanistan, there were rumors circulating about an encounter with what was referred to as the Giant of Kandahar. He explained to Marzulli that at first he did not pay much attention to the rumors, but later on he found out that the person killed was 3 times the size of a man, had extra digits on his hands and feet, and had red hair. He said that a special unit had come in and targeted this creature, which was said to have been killed inside or near a cave. The soldier claimed that the rumor was widely circulated among military forces in Afghanistan and that it was common knowledge among the military. He stated that years later, after returning from Afghanistan and meeting other military members who were not part of his operations, he learned that the rumor was true. The soldier said that if he would mention the Giant of Kandahar, other military members would know about it. He acknowledged that the story sounds unbelievable and said that at first he thought it was a joke or a hoax. But as he kept hearing about it, he began to realize that it was not a joke. He said that they were told to keep their weapons aimed high, which is unusual, and he questioned why they were told to aim higher than a man's head. He also mentioned that local people would tell seemingly unbelievable stories about giants who would attack and even eat humans, and that these stories were compared to the legends of Bigfoot in the United States. Every culture has their own folklore and myths, but the soldier in the film said that it was shocking to hear that the military unit had killed something that was part of that folklore. Marzulli's investigation not only delves into the strange events in Afghanistan, but also examines other evidence of mysterious creatures, including skeletons and skulls found all over the world, and suggests that the sheer amount of evidence supports the existence of giants, which are a common subject in myths and legends around the world. He also suggests that for one group of American soldiers, the reality of these giants may have been deadly. The only question now is whether more military personnel will come forward and reveal the truth about the Giant of Kandahar once and for all. You have just seen the evidence for yourself, and the question remains, is it real? Are giants truly roaming the world? As we have explored in this film, the stories and evidences presented cannot be easily dismissed. From the testimony of soldiers to the expert analysis of scientists, it's clear that there is something worth investigating here. This is a story that has been kept under wraps for so long, but it's time for the truth to be revealed. As you have seen in this film, the Giant of Kandahar is not just a myth. It's a creature that has been reported by soldiers who were deployed to Afghanistan and who claim to have encountered it. The question of the giant's existence may be one of the most important ones you can ask. If they are real, they would change our understanding of the natural world and our place in it. It's important to remember that this film is just the beginning of the investigation. There is so much more to uncover and explore. We encourage you to share this film and to join the conversation. Let the world know that the Giant of Kandahar may be more than just a myth. The truth is out there, and it's up to us to find it. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and we hope you will join us again as we continue to explore the mysteries of the unknown.